Hi, this is a video on self-reflection about manifesting everything that I want and living in a thriving mode rather than survival mode, and living with my purpose and within the range of my purpose. I've always, for many years, been focused on manifesting, and I've gone through hell and been spending my time just running away from hell and at the same time integrating it, and at the same time healing it, and at the same time shifting and changing all the time. At the same time, I don't want anything, and there are many things I've learned, and I will do a video on manifesting another time. But one thing I can say now is I manifest pretty comfortably now, even though not yet the very big things, only because my beliefs are limited in that respect still. And I learned that it's important to this year, basically, or rather last year in 2024, every time I was shown that I was about to get this and that, um, this was going to come into my life, that was going to come into my life, next month this is going to happen, 1 week this is going to happen, and every time throughout the year this kept repeating itself. So every month it was next month, every week it was next week. And then I realized that it's because I function within myself in a system that is, it's gonna come, but it's not there yet. If I function in a system where it's already there, then it comes now. Although there is also divine timing in place, but mostly, if I see it as being here now, if I embody it now, then it comes now. So that's one thing I learned. But I was just realizing now, I was thinking about survival mode, and I was thinking about what would happen if I was, let's say, a millionaire. Let's say that I had all the abundance in the world so that there was nothing for me to fight for to survive. That life was taking care of me fully without me having to take any action or to concern any of my thoughts towards surviving. And when I asked myself that, the first thing that came is goo. And I'm going to explain this by what I mean by goo. Uh, I actually did the writing now on paper, which I haven't done in ages because I do keep a journal of my experiences on a electronic note, but the written ones I don't often do anymore. And now, just now, my hand was aching and aging to get a pen and a paper, so I did that. And and so I wrote this, and which I'm sharing now. And so what I mean by goo is actually a huge sadness, a state of depression, a I am nothing, I am nobody, and there's nothing I need to do now. So I am uh, obsolete would be the word, or redundant would be a better one. So it's like there's nothing that's like, what do I do? And then came, oh, but there's my higher purpose. So I'd be writing books, I'd be painting, I'd be this, I'd be that, I'd teach yoga. And then I'm thinking, but what's on the other side of that? And the first thing again that came was goo. And then I realized that actually being a seeker for freedom, like nothing else, I like it came to me clearly there that my higher purpose and 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 constantly running and really running, like pushing hard forward to escape the bad and the pain and the stress and the damaging through my episode of Black Magic, for those of you who have followed. Now this ending, now it's like, so that's gone. My attention doesn't need to be put on there. And that was only there to keep my attention away from the goo. And same thing for my ex-partner, my ex-partner is a big word because we were in what people call a situationship now, which means basically nothing was said, nothing was explained, nothing was clear about that connection. So let's say with that connection with a person in my past of last year, same thing, a big distraction. I've been distracting myself from the goo the whole time, and the goo is it's the sadness. It's a terribly deep and heavy sadness. Um, it's all the sadness of that what I've carried from my childhood, but it's feeling bored. And all of this is basically not enjoying life. It's death. I was gonna say it's the opposite of life. It is death, and I've been distracting myself, and so the Black Magic episode was a distraction from death, even though it was me fighting death in a way. Um, and then now, constantly worrying about the future, constantly worrying, well, how am I going to survive? What am I going to do? I need to be self-sufficient. All these things are distractions again. And then my higher purpose is the biggest one of all. It is helping me because it's a guideline that's allowing me to survive. It's allowing me to create a whole support system around me in terms of the values that I operate by, the beliefs and everything. But actually, I am none of that. I am not any higher purpose. I am not anything. I just am. And when you strip everything bare, then the work becomes, or the experiencing of life, rather, becomes sitting with the goo. Or for me, it is goo. For other people, it will be something else, possibly, but for me, it is goo. So sitting with that goo and finding like it will be now about, for me, about sitting with that goo until it becomes light. Not light as in not heavy, light as in sunlight, light. And it will be about sitting with this until it becomes light, so that joy can come, so that life can come and can be enjoyable and not be a synonymous of death. And I think that's the key to manifesting, the secret behind manifesting. First of all, anyway, to let go of what we are manifesting, because, and this I've known for a long time and I've been practicing for a long time, is that when you want to manifest something, you need to give it away to the universe and to trust and to surrender so that the universe can bring that to you. But this time it's different. It feels like it's about embodying, manifesting at the purest form, at its heart, and which is life. It is for me. Other people could be the divine. For others, it could be the universe, and for me, it is also somehow. But it is life for me right now. So I'm going to go and sit with my goo, and I don't know if this will help anyone or not, but I sure hope that you're going to find this as interesting as I find it. And And I might do another video to express the results of this experience after that I sit with my goo and see what happens. But this was interesting because I was thinking, if I was to have all the money in the world and have everything I want and be sitting here, what would I do? And it just came to me that, well, it would be the end of my life. And actually, it would be the end of my life because I would no longer have anything to seek. And I guess that's the goal. I'm not running about it after anything anymore. And I've always been chasing. Okay. So, oh, this is interesting. I'm sorry, this is coming through to me as I'm doing this video now. So, this is so interesting because basically I would stop chasing. Now, I am a woman, and it doesn't mean that I should associate with female energy, but I do. That's my journey. Uh, for anyone else, it could be very different, but this is completely based on my journey as who I am right now in front of you, okay? I, as a woman, I feel I've always been a chaser because I've always been put in a situation of being the man, the male energy before, especially when I was a child. Then the rest of the time it was me putting myself in that situation. But when I was a child and could not control things, I was faced with having to be a male, to be in my male energy, and to survive or die, basically. Which obviously I wasn't gonna die, but my my whole, like our whole system when we are a child is about surviving. That's why we get born, like, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but we get born with bigger, very big eyes. Like, our eyes don't really change size from the moment that we are babies to the moment we are adults. It doesn't change a lot because we are born with big eyes so that we can seduce the parent into wanting to take care of us, if that makes sense. So our whole setup is for survival of the person, of the animal itself, like we're animals, yes, and survival of the species. So, okay, going back, that was a sidetrack. Going back, um, so there I am, and I am in my male energy, and I've been chasing my whole life, and I then was connecting with people who got me softer into a softer energy, but I did not get any support in, and not that I should have, yes, but because I wasn't guided and because I wasn't supported in my softer female energy, I then could not relax into it. So that pushed me back deeper. And that I'm talking about dynamics between a couples, yeah, the other person and their balance of male and female energy within them triggered for me to go deeper into my male chasing energy because I could not find the stability and comfort to really go into my female energy. And I couldn't become soft and I couldn't become, and at the same time, I wanted to, but I didn't have the elements around me that allowed me to do that. So I pushed back deeper into the male chasing energy. So basically, now coming back to this moment and the purpose of this video, I've always been a chaser. And I'm chasing after this, I'm chasing after that, not necessarily people, but I'm chasing after my purpose. And I push hard. My gosh, I've pushed hard. I chased so hard to get out of the black magic thing. And by chased, I mean moving forward through it and coming out the other side, chasing the light, really, is what I was chasing. And so now, so that I'm no longer chasing. I'm experiencing the light and I am welcoming the light and I am connecting to it purposefully a lot, but I am not chasing it anymore. I'm not running forward towards something anymore. So now, if I had all the money in the world and all the comfort in the world, I wouldn't be chasing money anymore. I wouldn't be chasing abundance anymore because it would already be there. that puts me into a choice. Either now I need to find something else to chase and continue to be a chaser, which feels safe and comfortable because that's what I've always been for so long. Or I now need to let go of chasing and to settle into receiving, to sit back and to receive and to be soft and to to just relax in knowing it's all there. And that stops me from being the biggest part of what I've been in so many years. And that is the goo. I think, and the goo, I don't know if I mentioned it here, but the goo would be very much like death. And I suppose that's a big ego death because I'm killing the chaser in me, or the chaser in me is dying. And all of this basically to say that now that part of being abundant is allowing for, as a woman, as a female, strong female energy, strong. I mean, I'm not trying to blow my own. I am not trying to blow my own trumpet, but I do have a strong feminine energy, though. Or at least that's how I'm experiencing it. Um, but what what I mean is that it is the strong focus of what I'm experiencing now is my female energy, as I am here now as a very strong female energy, so a very strong focus on female energy. Um, I am now killing the chaser. And as I sit here, I am welcoming everything, and I'm welcoming all the abundance. And if I don't welcome the abundance as if it's already here, if I don't feel abundant now, and it's not even pretending to be abundant for something that's not there yet so that it can come, but it is really finding the enjoyment of the present moment as if I was the richest person on earth, only so that each moment can be fully enjoyed and joyful and happy moments, because we only live once until we reincarnate, of course. uh, so it's really, so basically, I'm going to be sitting with my guru so that I can learn to enjoy the moment and be able to be happy now when I feel that things are not perfect, but also now in the same way that things are all perfect because they are. It's not making a lot of sense, maybe, I don't know, but those are exactly the words I needed to share and how I needed to share them. And it's funny because this week my communication has been very off, or it felt that way. And yet somehow it's exactly what needs to be said. So I'm going to leave it at this. And thank you for your time. And I am wishing you a wonderfully joyful time and life. Thank you.